if Toad was speaking in an English accent, it wouldn't be posh, it wouldn't be received pronunciation, it'd be more like, East London, something like that. I actually did have very long sessions. So my rituals happen usually mid-session. The big thing is I drink, just liters and liters of tea. And I'll say to people when I arrive, they say, would you like something? I go, I would like tea. I need there to be as much honey in the cup as there is tea. And so they'll just dump as much honey as you can. If you think it's too much, a little bit more. And then I just keep loading up on the tea. The honey is there to coat my vocal flaps so I can continue working at that register. And then the only other thing that we always do is, because he's such an active character, he has to do all the efforts at the end. So I'm like, give me any kind of regular dialogue up top and we'll get more strenuous as it goes. And then at the very end of the session, I do all the screaming, the falling, the holding on for dear life, the breathing, the gasping, all that stuff. You save till the very end. That's kind of one of my rituals. The other one is, once they give me reference, they play the voice from before, I can kind of fall into the pocket. But then VO sessions are extremely strenuous for me. I'm very physical in the booth, and I try to keep the energy up. So I am very, my lunch breaks, or if I'm recording in England or Scotland, like a tea break, I take them very seriously. I have to kind of like sit down, regroup, and then go full bore again. I'll always ask, I'm like, guys, give me the reference again. And I'll say, and sometimes it doesn't click for me immediately. And I'll go, do you have any more like footage, any more voice reference for me, until I find it. And then I just start repeating it and repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. And then usually I go, go. I'm ready. And I'm jumping up and down, and I'm very, very active. It's all an energy thing for me, because we have rendered a character who's very dynamic and very energetic. And so I have to match not only the energy of the character, but also I want my voice to honor what he looks like visually.
Do you still have the voice in you, or is that like something you got to like build up?
I can do the voice. I can do the voice for you right now. I can do the voice pretty much anytime, anywhere, at any moment, because you never know when you're gonna bump into a kid on the street and go, hey, I'm Toad. I mean, I guess if he was British or English or something like that, it's much more difficult to do. But I think if Toad was speaking in an English accent, it wouldn't be posh, it wouldn't be received pronunciation, it'd be more like, East London, something like that, more on that, that type of style of dialect. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Hey, guys!
Hey, Toad! Looking good.
Who is this? Yoshi.
Who can resist that face?
Come on! So some cool dinosaur just shows up and he's now part of the group.
Toad has a little bit of kind of seismic shifting emotionally happening underneath him, because he thinks the world's a certain way. I love Mario. He's my favorite. I will do anything for Peach. Okay, that's how I live my life. I know we're gonna go on this adventure. Great, I'm up for the adventure. Then he meets Yoshi, and this jealousy gets roiled up within him because everybody loves Yoshi, and he's like, "No, wait a minute, I'm the cute, adorable, irascible one. Who's this guy?" And he only says one word. So he's dealing with that. And then also when he meets Star Fox, then he's starstruck by Star Fox. So he's running the emotional gambit. It was a lot of fun to play all of these kind of feeling roller coaster moments, if you will. And in the midst of it, there's great set pieces that we got to do, that Toad got to do in the movie, that I was afforded the opportunity, which I really appreciate, and that was great. And so that I would say that he had this one kind of tumultuous relationship with these new characters, and it was a lot of fun to play. If I could put Toad in any film, I think what I would try to do is have Toad service a film where someone was having a hallucination. I think that Toad would be a fun, You know what I mean? Like if they're hallucinating, they're in the middle of the desert, and then all of a sudden they see Toad. I would hope it would give them put some joy in their heart. Like in the midst of when you see an oasis, like Toad would be like an oasis. So you're crawling through the desert and you see the oasis. If you were crawling through the desert and you saw Toad, I think it would make you feel better. So I'd put him in any movie where like a disaster movie where somebody's like, I haven't eaten in 3 days, and then bing, and then there's Toad. Something like that.